I'm going through a heartbreak. I lay in bed. I poke at my breakfast. I Google my symptoms like a hypochondriac with a bad cold. Someone on a Reddit thread about breakups says to tell yourself, I am doing this instead of I can do this. I think this makes sense. I force myself out of bed. I go for a walk. I start chanting to myself, I am doing this. I am doing this. I get a flash of his face. Can I hold you? He said, after he said the thing that really mattered. I look down at my feet, suck in my tears. I am doing this. On my walk, I start thinking about the movie The Umbrellas of Cherbourg. In the film, Guy and Genevieve are a young couple deeply in love. But when Guy is enlisted in the military and Genevieve is left alone and pregnant, their relationship slowly collapses. In the film's final scene, they meet one last time many years later. Every time I watch this scene, I find myself hoping they will reach out and hold each other, even though I know they have other lives and other spouses. I saw this film for the first time with him at a small indie theater. He didn't like musicals, but he was happy watching this one with me. It had just finished raining when we left the theater. I have to believe love and life are meaningful in part because of their impermanence, I remember saying as we walked around the neighborhood. It was Christmas and people had their decorations up, the red and green lights blurring on the wet pavement. We talked about the color in the film, the bright pink of the umbrella store wallpaper, the candy blue of Guy's button-up. You just don't see color like that in movies anymore, he said. And now I find myself thinking of his eyes. The black pupil, the brown iris, and then the impossible flecks of green. The last of summer holding on. I won't see color like that anymore. I'm walking the same route around my neighborhood I always walk. It's a clean 3-mile square, and despite having walked this way now hundreds of times, I always find new things to appreciate. Kids on their bikes, streamers on their handlebars whipping in the wind, an older couple tending to their garden, hopscotch drawn on the sidewalk in pink chalk. Today is no exception. It is spring. There is newness all around me. The bird songs, the bunnies, the magnolia blossoms opening and overflowing. Beauty is hounding my senses, and today I almost can't bear it. It feels wrong. Spring, the season of birth, life, regeneration, and I am facing an ending, watching the future I imagined wither away. In A Color of the Sky, Tony Hogland writes, "A little dogwood tree is losing its mind, overflowing with blossom foam, like a sudsy mug of beer, like a bride ripping off her clothes, dropping snow-white petals to the ground in clouds. So nature's wastefulness seems quietly obscene. It's been doing that all week, making beauty, and throwing it away, and making more." Spring is wasteful. Spring is obscene. All this beauty, and for what? After the movie and after our walk, he drove me home. I remember I played him a song I liked. I loved making him playlists, sending him pictures of my breakfast, mentally cataloging the funny moments during my day just so I could report them back to him. What was all that for? Love is wasteful. Love is obscene. I think of myself preaching on the impermanence of life and love, like I wasn't wishing Guy and Genevieve would abandon logic and run away together, like I had ever planned on us being impermanent. A while ago, he had watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind for the first time, and then a couple days later we fought. After, as we sat, looking down at our hands, I asked him, "So would you get a procedure to forget me and avoid all of this?" He looked up at me, his face pained. "Never." In an earlier stanza of A Color of the Sky, Hogland writes, "Last night I dreamed of X again. She is like a stain on my subconscious sheets. Years ago she penetrated me, but though I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, I never got her out. But now, I'm glad. If nothing lasts and everything is impermanent, then I can't help but hope for one last look. That maybe one spring, many, many years from now, him and I will bump into each other. We'll look at each other, taking note of our different haircuts and new clothes. Maybe he got that tattoo he said he never would. When I look into his eyes, I will find a familiar feeling well up in me, like oil floating to the top of water. He will laugh at something I say. "You're funny," he will say, knowing it's still my favorite compliment. And then, for the last time, we will walk away from each other. And I hope, despite all the wasteful beauty of spring and love, we will think, "I'm glad."